Hey guys, it's 8 o'clock on a Saturday night and we are here as usual, ready to do a bit of dev work. Now, we were working earlier on our... Actually, let's have a look at this, shall we? We were working on the main map. To see when it was loaded, right? Now, here's the rub. We want to do a couple of little things here. Okay. And we're going to do it here. And actually, you know what I'm going to do, right? You know what I'm going to do here? What it's not a great idea. I wonder if we can get all the streaming levels. Right? Well, this is interesting. See this? Doesn't do it. Get streaming levels. Right. Streaming. Now. What I'm wondering here is how to get everything in this level, right? Now, I have a plan, kind of, right? I have a plan, kind of, if we can actually find out what levels are being streamed. Okay. Now, the interesting thing here is I'm wonder if you can get sub Wonder if you get sub-levels. Okay. So that's a Vauxhall thing. So what I'm wondering is, flushes level in blocking fashion returns when all sub-levels are loaded. Interesting. You see, what I'd like to know, is which levels are actually streaming. Hi Lack Mark, how you doing? Did you get your problem solved? Right, so the interesting thing, I'm going to change this macro, right? And then what we're going to do is, and what was the problem? What I want to know is if this is also loading, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to break this for now. Right? And then we're going to say 3, we're going to make a literal name, right? And then we're going to 3x, y, 0. It's 3x, 0y. 0y underscore cliff section underscore 01 far okay, and I want to know if this level is loading, right, or if indeed it even exists, right? So I'm going to add a breakpoint there. I'm going to compile it, and in fact what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab this, right, because basically what we want to know is if it's loading it and if we can make an all-in-one system where no matter what we load or try to load, it's going to tell us if each of the sub-levels are also loaded. Okay? So we have a problem if it does not find this. Ah, that makes sense then. Right, so if we run this. Oh, by the way, it's Saturday night and we're chilling, so if you want me to go over something that you're not sure about, then let me know in the chat and we can do something. Right, so we're going to load this, and when the pawn loads in, it should have broken. Oh, it's saying not loaded, but I'm not sure if it's actually loading that, so I'm going to break it for now. Right. And it's not going to break in there because I'm running in standalone. Right, now what I want to know is this. Now we can still run this in standalone and it's going to print out okay. Now if there's anybody else in chat that wants to go through over something in Unreal Engine, let me know. I'll do my best to show you something if I can relating to that. Now the fact that that is coming up with nothing tells me, oh yeah it is. What is that? Oh yeah, that's okay. So it is actually finding that. And there we go. The whole thing is loaded, but there is a problem. Okay. Now the interesting thing apart from the fact that there we go. Okay, so our interesting thing is that our gravity isn't switching back on, which means there's something not quite right. And I forgot to break it. What an idiot. Stop. Right, we'll forget about that for now. Add a breakpoint here. Play. And this is loading in okay, I think. Right, there we go. So we step over, step over, step over. Ah. We're not using this anymore. Because this is going to be nothing. Oh, wait a minute, it is. Well, so it can't be that then. Okay. Right, 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 right. Okay. Right, so this part here is basically garbage. Right. Okay. So this is rubbish. We're cool with that. But what we need to do is we need to do that. And this needs to be right at the start. Right, so basically up here. And basically here. Move this across a bit. So we disable input immediately until our pawn actually loads. Well, sorry. We disable input until our pawn we disable input until we actually load the level, and the level is totally loaded, right? And then we actually make sure that it hits this. Okay. Press play again. Hi, Ali Yassar Karaman. Hopefully I got that nearly right. Right, so we've got our spawn equipment, which was a colleague thing. Resume that, and it's not hitting. Right, so we're going to have to stop that and bring it back, because it did not enable our gravity. So it is not reaching that thing. Now, I'm kind of guessing it's to do... yeah. I'm kind of guessing it's to do with load. Right? And in fact, I'm so prepared to bet the house on it. Right? That I am going to add these to the end. Right? So that gets rid of our... Now, this might need to go a bit better, but and it actually might need... This might actually need to go within, like, go in a different place. With OWS? What's OWS? Is that... Is that some acronym that I should know? But because I'm old, I don't. OWS. Open world server. Okay, whatever that is. You're gonna send me on a Google hunt. Open world server. Ah. Okay. Well, depends if you want advice or not. But the advice I'm going to give you, you ain't going to like. Let's tidy this up a bit. Right, and we'll delete that. Right. So we want to make sure it's hitting gravity. So we've got our breakpoint in there. Right, so we're getting our spawn equipment, which is fine. Resume, and I told you that was the problem. Right, it's because we've not got any save games, right? Now the interesting thing there is that we haven't actually loaded everything yet. Right? Because we have no sea. Right? As you can see. Maybe there is sea. Maybe there is sea. There's our monster back. Cool. Right, we got our monster back. Are we getting... Ooh, that's not so good. That's not so good. We've lost our displacement. Alright, so that's not good. Right, we're going to try something. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Right, we'll do it in standalone, right? And thanks, by the way, for the compliments. We do think it's beginning to take pretty good shape. There's a few things not working here because we were profiling stuff and getting stuff to work. One of them is that displacement thing, which was causing us all sorts of issues in speed. So I know we've been mucking about with that. So I'm not kind of surprised it's not working. But I'm not 100% sure why it's not working. Right? But we'll run it in standalone. Right, so that's it loading. Right, now the thing is that is it only loading one submap, right? And we have our water. Now the question has to be, where is our start thing when the boats come? Right, that's the main question here. And where is our Where is our displacement? Right, our displacement has disappeared. Right, but I want to see that our I want to see their boats and stuff. Right, so we do have this. Couple of little bugs there, but we can fix them at some point. Okay, so we've got our boat. Got our other boat. Right, now I can only assume that some old settings are back, which is causing the level streaming issues. Right. Oh, which reminds me, we should really have that. Right, now I'll need to ask my colleague about what's going on with these doors and stuff, right, because there is a few things that he's mucked up or changed a bit that need re-looked at. Now he's definitely changed something there, right, because this used to be like level stream like a pig. It did a wee bit there. Yeah, and it's doing stuff there as well, right? Okay. But that seems to be working a bit better. Okay. Right, I'll let you see. Well, let's see if this actually works or not, right? I didn't want to do that. Let's do a thing. Okay, well, apparently I can't do it that way. And right, our clock's working. Okay. And our food. Our food, thirst and energy counters are working. It looks like our temperature gauge is working and everything else is working. But I do know for a fact right that we're going to have to use our test map for a couple of things. Right, and we shall plug this in here, and then I've kind of got an idea how to get around this streaming thing. Right, it is going to be a bit of a crux, I think. But we can try it anyway. Right. And I'm not too sure why our snow isn't working anymore. Right, and we're going to play this in the editor. And this might not actually work. Yeah, I thought so, because it's not level streaming that. Right. I mean, what I can do in the meantime is, if we go back to our pawn, we can basically bypass this. Right, we can see is valid. Right. If it's valid, we check if it's loading. Right. If it's not valid, then we don't and go straight to here. Right. Compile that. Okay. Play. And that gets us up and running. Now let's see. Yeah, our displacement's not working at all now, which is awesome, obviously. Right, let's have a look at this. Have I done something with this? I mean, at the end of the day, we didn't take that out, so this should still be running all the time, so that should be absolutely fine. Right? So the question must be now, are our deer leaving tracks? They should be. drag them up and press run again. And there he goes. Now, did they make tracks? Apparently not. Right, that's weird. Right, I'm going to go with the fact that my colleague has switched off something in the displacement while we were testing this to make sure it ran okay. Okay, now there is one thing that I need to do while I remember, which is in our widgets, right, in our attributes, right, we've got it in this one. Interesting. Okay. In the graph, we have that. Okay. Well, that's weird. Material instance. Right, let's see if this is actually working. Apparently not. Okay. So it seems to me there's a lot of stuff being screwed up here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I've got to hit that button first. Okay. So that is fine. That is fine. Right, so this is doing energy. So we just resume there, right? And what I need to check here is I was getting errors when I actually eat this. And there we go. Right. Now, what does that say? Set percentage. W hunger. This is because I changed this. Right. So what I'm going to do, percentage, okay, and then this value goes in here. Okay. And I think if we're in our pawn, right? So I'm going to show this, this, and this, so that we can see if they're actually set or not. Okay. And we're going to resume that. Then we're going to go here, dismiss that for now. And where are our defaults? Right, tell you what we'll do. Hunger. Oh, that's the wrong one. Damn it. W hunger is nothing. Okay, so basically we aren't setting up our widgets. W So I've got no idea why we're not doing that, but apparently we're not doing that. So there's HUD. Water, hunger, water, energy are nothing. So that is the issue. Now, the question has to be, why am I not setting them? Right? Because I obviously was before, but I don't seem to be now. Now, whether we're doing this somewhere else or not, I don't know. Right, here it's here. Attributes, main HUD. We're doing it here. Okay. Okay. So we're doing this in a totally different way now. So what I'm going to actually have to do is do these when we actually create the widgets, right? Which is fine. Perfectly fine. Right, all we need to do is drag that out a bit. Drag this down a bit. Drag these down a bit. Right, and W set W hunger, then get a reference to self. Doesn't like that for some reason. Why is it not like that? Okay, we can do this a different way then. Right, it's just being a pain. Right. Okay. So fine. Fine. And designer. And we're creating them. Right, so get water, hunger, energy, right? And then we're going to say ref char. Okay, we're going to get that. And then we're going to say water. And then we're going to say hunger. Alright. And then J. And that's going to go there. Okay. And we're going to do that. Then going to straighten that. Then straighten that. Join that. Join that. And then we're going to do that. Then we're going to compile it. Then we're going to press play. And then we're going to do that. And we'll take out these breakpoints. And then disable that. There we go. Okay. So we want our health to go down a bit. So our health's going down, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and grab a cigarette, right? And I'll allow the health to go down so that we can see it actually going back up again when we eat something, okay? So if you're enjoying the stream, hit like and subscribe, all of that good stuff. Check out the description for links to our Kickstarter preview, plus our Discord, plus my personal Discord, Patreon, and my previous game on Steam. There's links to all of those things, plus a link to our website. I shall be back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere, folks. Okay guys, we are back, and now what's happened? What happened, guys? Right, so our food's going down. Right, but we want it to go a bit down a bit faster. We could change the timer. Right, but we do want to test this, so I'm just going to hit R. And it didn't do anything really. Okay. Right, be like that, I suppose. And that's water, hunger. Right. So, add breakpoint. Right. And now the interesting thing here, of course, is if we go back to here, and we have got our different things now. Right, hunger, water, energy. Okay. And eat. Okay. 0.98. Previous hunger is 0.98. Right, and we need to set this here. Resume. So we're going from 0.98 to 1. Okay. So I'm kind of guessing that it's because... Right, I'm going to stop this for now. Right, and I'm going to set this, I'm going to stop this for now. Right. And I'm going to set this to 0.7. Just for testing purposes. Right. So basically when I do this and I press E, actually we'll do that first. Right. And then we'll do E. Okay, it's going to alert between here and here. So we're going to resume to there. And we're going to go from point... Hi Mr. JD, how are you tonight? Hope you're having a fine Saturday evening, if it is indeed Saturday evening for you. Right, and we're going to 1, okay? And that's fine. That's exactly what we want. This, we know this was all working, right? That's the thing. It's just getting it back to make sure it's okay. So we resume. And works perfectly. Okay, so watch this meter here for the health, right? Watch the top one with a little ham sandwich on it, right? It's going to go... Watch this one here. Super. Okay, so that works perfectly. Okay, so that was actually working. It was basically because it was so much or so little of a difference that we couldn't actually see it coming or see it changing, but it was actually working, which means that they're all working. Now there is something I wanted to change here, just while we're kinda at it, and that's to basically tidy this up a bit. Right, I'm a bit pedantic about these things. So what I'm going to do is not do that. I'm going to drag this down, and what we're going to do is that, and then that, then we're going to drag this down a little bit. We shall drag this out a bit to there. We'll get our thing there. Now I'm not 100% happy on this. I'm thinking a darker shade. Okay. And I'm going to say can I copy this? I suppose I can just set them up in 3, right? But we want this to be a little more tidy, shall we say? Right. So that looks nicer, kinda. Right. Save that. We're going to go to water. We're going to do the same thing, right? But I'm telling you what I'm going to do first. We're going to do that colour pickery thing. And I think I'll save the tidy up for later on. It's not exactly the most interesting thing to look at, although most people watching a stream like this well, they are kind of interested in this stuff, I suppose. Right, we always end up tidying this stuff up. I'm never totally happy with the way my blueprints end up, although a lot of people are a lot more spaghetti than me, that's for sure, but nothing wrong with that. If you want to spaghetti, then spaghetti away. As I said, it's really up to you guys how much you tidy this up, right? And how tidy you want your blueprints to be. I tend to, because I'm working with somebody else as well, I tend to make them pretty tidy so that they're easy to follow. And I don't tend to comment them unless they're doing a whole load of stuff. So like set percentage to me is enough of a, you know, in a description of what it's doing. It doesn't need to be any more descriptive than that, really. Right, so we'll drag this down again, and that's basically all of our widgets back into full operation again. And it was an issue that was there but that I knew about that we could fix and get it all sorted out. So we'll do that, we'll do that, we'll do that, we'll move that, drag this down and forward a bit, drag this there, we'll drag this down a little bit. Well, that was rubbish. Drag me to there. I mean, you could be really pedantic and just have one of them and, you know, have it as both targets, but it's really up to you how far you want to take this. And how far you want to muck about with it and tidy it up. And it really depends on what you think is tidy and what's not as well, right? Because to me, this is tidy enough for me, but somebody else might think it's still needs a bit of tidying up. It's up to yourself. You can have as much spaghetti as you want, or get it as compact and tidy as you want. Right, as I said, for me, I would say this is tidy enough. You tell me, guys, in the comments if you think this is tidy enough. Right. And the only thing I try to do is have everything in line. Begin play is always at the start, or the event construct always have at the start, at the top. And then any interface calls or anything like that, I tend to have them in one section themselves. But that's just the way I do it. As I said, there's no hard and fast rule on it. It's up to yourself how you want to lay out your blueprints, etc. Now, the point here is going to be I don't know what that is. This is switch on HUD. Right, so for some reason we're not switching on the HUD. Right, so basically clear widgets enable input is the thing that should be switching on our HUD, but it appears that it is not. So if we go to here, we should be switching on the HUD. Right, okay. We'll enable that breakpoint, right? And HUD running is false. Now I'm not sure why we've got this. Wait a minute. I'll tell you what we'll do. We shall find the references for this. And this is in draw HUD. Okay. So get HUD running. Get HUD running. Okay, that's fine. So we want to go back to our event graph. And we've got a button where we switch on the HUD, right? Which is this, switch on a HUD. So we should only do that if it's false. Okay. So now, oops. When we press play, and we should say HUD running here. Right, and we now have our HUD. Okie doke. And the thing we should do now is HUD running, set, true. Okay. And that's looking good. So now we have everything working. Right, I'm going to tell you what my idea is for the level streaming, okay? My idea for the level streaming is quite simply this. I will show you in the pawn, okay? Right, so when we do this and we loop around, okay, the intention is that I'm going to find any levels that are loading, and then I am gradually going to eliminate them from an array. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get every single level and I'm going to put it in a data table, right, as a string, and then I'm going to create an array from that data table. Okay, and then when you first load a level, I'm going to loop around it, right, and I'm going to see if that level is streaming or not, and if it is, if it brings back that that level is not found, then it's going to remove it from the array. Okay, so it's going to do that for every single one. Okay, and then it's going to gradually remove any others. as they load. So if a level loads, it's going to get removed from the array, and then once the array is nothing, I know that every level and sub-level has loaded. Okay, and with that in mind, what I can do is then I can create a level loading bar, because if I start by trying to load 30 levels, right, I can then do a percentage of how many of those levels have loaded, right? So as they're removed from the array, then the number of levels goes up, right? So I set a value and say, right, I'm up to 30, and then basically I count down and say 29 out of 30, 28 out of 30, 27 out of 30, 26, 25, 24, 23, etc, etc. Okay? Or I can count up the way as well, right? I can add a counter as it adds up. So that can actually work as a loading screen, a progress bar for the actual loading. So that's what we're going to do, but we're not going to do it tonight. It is Saturday night, guys. I'm going to leave you guys early so that you can go and grab a drink, watch a movie, carry on with your own project, watch one of my previous videos. That would be appreciated. So if you've enjoyed the stream, hit the like and subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow at 2 PM, and I'll probably have done some work on the level streaming thing, or if not, we can actually do that on tomorrow's stream. So check out the description for links to preview our Kickstarter and follow our Kickstarter to see when it goes live. The game's Discord, my personal Discord, where I answer questions on Unreal Engine and stuff, let you know my tips and tricks if you ask, and my Patreon, plus my previous game on Steam, and finally a link to our website. So thank you guys for watching, it's much appreciated. I'll catch you tomorrow. Remember, 2 PM, love to see you there. Bye bye for now.